Hello, my name is Chrissy Hodges, advocate for OCD, in particular Pure OCD, which is also the name of my memoir. Woo! I am a certified peer support specialist. I do referral consultations to help connect you to therapists all over the world. We can find therapists to help no matter where you're at. And I also do peer support sessions to help support you wherever you are in recovery and to help you feel less alone. NoCD is an app, and they also do telehealth. Visit their website, treatmyocd.com, to find out more about them. And if you are looking for doing telehealth for OCD using ERP, you can find out more about the services they offer and in what countries. I just wanted to come on here. I'm sorry I sound so awful. I have been so sick with COVID for the last 2 weeks. And I'm not testing positive anymore, but the symptoms are just, they just don't want to leave. They are just hanging around all the time, and I do not like it. It's just been brutal, but I hopefully am through the worst of it, and I sound like shit. But, excuse me. I just wanted to come on here really quick and talk about a couple, just the emotional part, the negative emotional part of living with OCD. This is going to be a real quick video. And mainly I wanted to focus on two things, anger and jealousy. I hear a lot about these two emotions, but do you know what I also hear a lot? I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't be feeling this. I know I should be positive. I know I should think good thoughts. Come on, y'all. Let's just keep it real here, okay? First of all, anger is, I don't know if I've talked about this before in a video, but anger is such an informative emotion. It is a necessary emotion. I love anger. It is my favorite emotion. Just pure, raw anger helps me to know that there's an injustice going on somewhere within me or with a situation or something, and it is an indicator that I need to take action, or I need to embrace that I feel that way and analyze a situation to try to look at it differently or resolve it or walk away or something. Anger, I was always afraid of, and I think a lot of us feel this way when we were growing up, especially if we were living with OCD and undiagnosed, untreated. Man, we had these powerful negative emotions, and it was hard to embrace those because sometimes in giving into emotion around OCD, it would make the OCD real. So this is why many of us become really good actors when it comes to having OCD and trying to portray an image out to the world that isn't negative, that isn't full of anger or sadness, because if we were to give into those emotions, that would make the experience real. And a lot of us spent a lot of years not wanting to believe that this was real and that it would just go away, or terrified that it was real or the intrusive thoughts were real. So many of us didn't learn how to have healthy anger. And the same goes for jealousy. Jealousy, y'all, it is just a natural emotion. You cannot escape jealousy, but we see it as this horrible emotion that makes us weak and stupid, and I don't want to be jealous of anybody. Well, you are. We all, at some point, we all are, right? It's sure actions based on jealousy and anger. If we cannot control these emotions and we inflict harm on other people because of them, sure, that's not experiencing healthy emotion. But having the emotion and allowing yourself to validate that and seeing the reason for it is okay. Man, we feel jealous of other people who don't have to deal with what we deal with. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not a bad person. You're not weak, and you're not less than in feeling this way. You're not less than in feeling angry. You don't have to transform anger into something positive Like, oh, I need to think good thoughts instead of angry thoughts. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to grieve this. In fact, I encourage people to feel that emotion through. Because if you don't, then you're just suppressing it and it's going to come out in other ways. Not to trigger anybody, but it's true. Emotion is real, it's raw, and we're feeling things for a reason. Now, sometimes it takes a therapist to help us figure out why we're having emotion, where it's coming from. If it's something from our past, if it's about trauma, if it's all this, a therapist can help work those things out. But in general, if you are feeling sad or angry or jealous of other people because you have OCD, you are just like so many of us. Let's put this into perspective a little bit. When I was sick here the other day and I was so exhausted I couldn't move, I heard people outside the window walking their dog, and I heard someone laughing, and I got jealous. I was like, God, I'm stuck in this freaking house. I can't move. I'm so tired, and I just want to be outside, but being outside was too hard because I was too tired, and I felt like I wish I was those people right now and I didn't feel the way that I did. Does that make me an awful person? Should I have replaced that with a happy thought? No, I was suffering. I felt like shit, and I wished that I didn't. And that's what a lot of us feel when we're struggling with OCD, especially when we feel like people are dismissive or invalidating of how much this disorder impacts us or the degree to which we are suffering. It feels unfair. Why do other people, I hear this a lot, and I have thought this so much. Why can other people just know the answer to these intrusive thoughts and I have to stew on these all day? In the last few years, and when things, I had that intrusive thought about having an injury, this is something that would go through my head a lot. The jealousy and anger and sadness when I would see other people running, or they would post about doing a 50-mile run or whatever, and I was struggling to just be able to get out and run on a daily basis without anxiety, and I would be so jealous. And then I would feel bad about being jealous, and now I'm just like, whatever. I don't feel bad. It was hard living with this degree of anxiety and seeing other people being able to do things and not have that anxiety. That is okay. And you are validated. And so many other people feel that way, and you don't have to deny that or see it as a reflection of who you are because you are unable to convert it back to happy emotion. All of us experience the full spectrum of emotions, and whatever you're feeling in regards to your OCD is okay. Like I said, it is healthy, and it's imperative to see why we're feeling a certain way and validate that for ourselves and feel justified in feeling that. And a lot of times I think when we talk about this kind of stuff with loved ones and maybe they don't understand, they might be, oh, just think on the bright side. Oh, just do this. Don't. And it's just like, fuck off. Because in the midst of really struggling with intrusive thoughts, when you're all consumed, it is dismissive to not be able to feel like I feel this and there is a reason. And I am telling you and giving you permission today, because sometimes we just need permission to feel those emotions through. Feel it and know that you have a reason to feel that way. This is a hard disorder. And then it can be great for a long time, and then if it comes back or a few lapse or relapse, you can feel all those emotions all over again. And my message to you today is you are totally okay to feel those that way. A lot of us do. I give myself permission a lot to feel this. And again, like I said, these emotions are it's almost a window into what is it that I really need to look at. And sometimes it's just pure sadness. And that is not a pity party. That is it can feel sad at times to live with a disorder that makes life so difficult. And then on the flip side of that, there are times where I feel joy and appreciation that is so deep because of what I've been through. And so I allow myself to feel those emotions as well. So wherever you are today, I hope that you are doing okay. And no matter what you're feeling, it is okay. This is a hard disorder to live with. And I want you to know that you aren't alone. And whatever you are feeling, so many of us feel that way too. And you are perfectly justified to feel that way. And to hang on. Sometimes days are different. Sometimes you have a bad day and the next day things feel different. So hang on and know that you are not alone. You're not walking alone in this life with OCD. I'll see you next time.